There we go. We are live with our new t-shirts. Welcome everybody, Rob Pavashi here from NoBS Photo Success and
IG here, also from NoBS Photo Success. We're sporting our new NoBS Photo Success t-shirts that we had made.
I'm doing a happy t-shirt dance. Anyways, don't go there. So yeah, I just come back from Costa Rica, so I'm a little loopy. What have you been up to?
Well, you were sunning. I opted to go on the ice and do some ice fishing. I tried out my new tool.
You didn't go naked, did you?
No, I did not. Close. It was too cold.
Anyways, yeah, so we're back in the saddle, and we're going to talk about tech talk and stuff.
Tech talk.
T-shirts.
T-shirts, yeah. What about t-shirts? So we got these new t-shirts that we had made.
New logos.
You can get them at the NoBS store up at the top of the forum. Okay, you see NoBS store or NoBS where? I'm pretty sure it's NoBS store.
Yeah.
What are we going to do for them?
Yeah, here's the deal. We got a really exciting idea for you guys. Anybody who goes and buys a t-shirt and puts that t-shirt on and takes a picture of themselves and sends it to us, I will send you a free copy of my booklet called Everybody I Know Has a Big Butt, which is sort of a motivational, feel-good, pocket-sized booklet that fits in your camera bag. So if you're at a wedding or somewhere and you're waiting for someone,
here.
I forgot to bring it, but you know, I've inserted.
And we'll one-up it.
The copy.
I just saw it. Now, if you take a picture of somebody else that you don't know wearing a t-shirt, you put it on a complete stranger,
James will come down.
We'll get you a new set of Ginsu knives.
New set of Ginsu knives and a chance to win a brand new Cadillac.
Wouldn't that be fun? Sir, can you put this on and let me take a picture of you?
Hey, if you're at WPPI coming up soon and you bring that t-shirt with you, awesome. Or if you're in your town, or if you're on vacation somewhere, just get yourself a NoBS t-shirt. They're awesome shirts.
It says right on it, be awesome.
Yeah, it says be awesome. We like to put these statements that really are inspiring and kind of motivational and whatnot. So
they look good. So they'll probably be in black. Ours are blue.
They look good. They're like total fashion statement.
I know. I'd wear this out to a wedding. I'm gonna wear this to a wedding.
I'm getting married in mine.
Again. All right.
Don't tell my wife.
Let's get into tech talk. We only got 15 minutes, so we forgot to set the timer. So
it's all good. There's a clock on the wall.
All right.
Anyway, so we're going to talk about light meters.
Light meters.
Yeah, primarily what we're going to talk about.
Did you see that latest commercial? Remember, was it Hudson? Remember he dropped the F-bomb there in that?
Yeah.
It was Hudson though. But it was good.
It sounded like he was saying a bad word.
But I think I noticed that, you know, when the digital came around, that light meter sales kind of probably took a hit. Because, you know, you can take the picture and look.
Everybody's chimping.
But I see now that, you know, they're really starting to vamp up the commercials. And in my opinion, and your opinion, you know, light meters are essential. I use mine. Still use mine. You still use yours.
Yep. I still use my light meter.
Yeah.
And well, actually, somebody sent me an email a few weeks ago, and they were asking about the Sekonic, and I happen to have the same model, and they were like very confused about it and didn't know how to work it. And I thought, you know what? I replied to her and I said, don't worry about it. I was very confused when I got mine. I said, but I'm going to dedicate the next NoBsTeeVee episode, and we're going to talk about it. And so I brought my Sekonic with me. And I also have with me my other light meter, which basically quit working. This is the reason why I bought the Sekonic. So, and when I'm confused about something, and when I did this with the Sekonic, I actually was so confused, I went back to the camera store and I had the guy there and he kind of showed it to me, and I came back and I'm like, I can't get this stuff working. So I'm trying to get the darn thing to work, and the Minolta, my old Minolta, and this is what I do. This is what I do. This is a really good tip for you when something's not working. James, what's wrong? Can you fix it for me? James can fix anything within seconds. So, yeah, they can't see that. There!
Well, see, first of all, battery goes in.
What?
Battery. Hold that. Battery goes in.
Holding the cover. What did you do?
Change your battery.
The battery was upside down. Okay, I'm embarrassed.
Oh my God, look at that.
It lives!
Look at that, it works.
It works, but anyways, that's what I do. I have to go to James if there's something that's a program, a piece of equipment, and like, he's got
Who needs manuals?
He's got this knack for figuring things out. Talking about manuals, I have a tendency to read my manuals for my cameras and whatnot. You know, I'm looking for things that I might have missed if I don't read them, and you never know what cool things.
Manuals are something that a lot of people will not read. They'll kind of, now, if you want, here's my tip. If you always want to read your manuals on any of the equipment you have,
Put it in the bathroom.
put it in your crapper.
I didn't think you were going to say that.
Put it in the crapper right beside the toilet there, and I mean, when you're sitting there, and you know, sometimes you get right into it, and you know, you're leaning against your legs and you lose feeling in your feet, that's when you know it's a good manual.
That's a good manual. Anyways, let me talk real quickly about my Minolta. I've had this since about 1990, whatever, 1, 2. It's serviced me for many, many years, like whatever, that's a long time. It serviced me. I've used this, like, it still works.
I know.
Thanks for fixing it. But I went and bought a, I'll put that light meter down. I bought a new Sekonic.
Sekonic.
Yeah.
Ooh, Sekonic is.
It's cool when you show up at a wedding and you have, say, some reflectors, and you got this light meter hanging around your neck, you know? You instantly,
people think you're the art director.
Yeah, you got this, you know, you look like you know what you're doing.
If only you had a black toupee.
Black toupee or
French accent.
a beret.
Yeah, beret.
With a
I know that toupee, I have a beret.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Okay.
But anyways, I often, when I'm on a shoot that I need my light meter. Now, I want to point something out before I show you how to work this little baby. I only use it for two purposes and two purposes only. In the studio, and I make that sound too.
You do?
And when I'm on location doing off-camera flash and I have to measure my lights. What about you?
I do actually use, I keep one in my back pocket all the time.
He's got an older
I've got a
Sekonic.
I've got the actual L328. I think I've had this for about 15 years. I do. I use it in the studio.
What's it called?
The L328.
Mine's called the Culium Q16 Space Modulator. I can't read that model.
It's the L358. So that's 20 years
Earthling.
more than mine. Anyways,
when do you use yours?
I use mine in the studio all the time. I used to use it on location for off-camera flash, but I don't anymore.
Why not?
Because I'm the best and I don't need it.
You have a...
I actually know, I've used my flashes so much now that I kind of know what power, you know, okay, 10 feet away, half power is F8. Like I just know that. So
you're using,
I do chimp once. I take the shot, I chimp, look at it, and then I make my adjustments.
You know your lights, your light output.
Lights.
You can read the scenes. You've developed that technique down there.
In the studio, though, you know, it's relatively important to me. I want to have everything set up so that when my client comes in, all the lights are ready to go. Yeah. And it just saves time. In the studio, I chimp, look, okay, do this, go, okay, do this. And it's just nice to be able to.
It's pretty essential too.
See, I make that sound.
I go.
So let's just see here. Let's do a little test here. ISO 800.
You're going to make me set this up now.
Okay, well here, I'll go down to ISO 400 and make it simple for you. Hold on.
There we go.
Okay, so you got ISO 800? No, you got ISO 200. Other way, yeah. 800's after 400. Okay, and you've got 1/25 of a second. Okay, let's...
4.08.
I got 4.08 as well. Look at that.
Accuracy. We have not calibrated these light meters.
Nope.
Okay,
they must be brothers or something.
I wanted to talk about when I use my light meter, just to clarify, and James uses his pretty much the same, except for on camera flash on location, he knows his lights, so he's winging it. That's a good thing. That's like when you're playing.
But I always have it on me though. It's always in my camera bag.
It's always good to bring.
Always in my camera bag.
So, but you're so used to your lights that through time and experience, you've mastered that. And that's a great Zen-like state to be in. So, and then you start levitating, and it's just like, oh my God.
I'm like the David Blaine of photography.
So I only use it in those times. Now, we used to use light meters on location to measure all the ambient light. I don't even do that anymore. I don't measure, like if I'm doing a family on location, I do not measure the light. I use my
yeah, I do too.
Meter inside the camera. So.
Do you ever, like when you used to though, you used to meter people, you're like, oh, just one, you just go, you hit them, just on the nose, I'm sorry.
Hate it when that happens. So,
okay.
But anyways, yeah.
So what are the two functions that...
well, we got this dome, so we're doing what's called incident light reading.
Yeah, you know what, I'm actually going to move the camera so you can, let's just say these are your lights in studio.
Right.
Right? You got somebody set up. You know, the question that comes up a lot is where do you point the dome of the flash meter?
I always point it towards the camera.
Always towards the camera, right?
I don't really think it matters as long as you end up with a good exposure.
Right.
If you point it here and it's a little stronger, you just gotta adjust.
Right. So we got your lights there.
So I always point it towards the camera. I use the dome. You can do reflective. This is called incident. Reflective is you're measuring the And there's a different setting for it. You take this thing off, this dome comes off, and you measure the light as it's reflecting off the subject matter, which is way too complicated and impractical unless you're into the zone system. Let's not even go there. Okay, so for all intents and purposes in the studio, I measure, like that.
Do you normally put it there when you have a big chested woman?
Here.
Okay.
So anyways, I want consistency. Now I want to talk about how this particular light meter, which is so very confusing. Oh, by the way, I paid the extra upgrade. And I had there's this little module. I don't know if you want to zoom in on that.
I can, because that's kind of cool. Did we not?
It was like an extra $200.
Did we not show this before?
We might have shown this.
I could have sworn.
We're showing it again. But we're talking about the Sekonic.
I could have sworn.
There's
hold that out there. Let me see. Show that to me. There we go. See that little there?
This unit here.
Yeah.
And it works with the Alien the Pocket Wizards. Okay. And there's the regular battery. You set it up so that it fires with the Pocket Wizard. Let me just close the case here. Now, I want to point this out too. I don't know if you want to zoom in on that.
Oh, just put the camera.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
There's a mode button here.
Mode.
This is what I found confusing. See, there's a mode button right there.
Where? Oh yeah, got it there.
Okay. I have no idea what memory means, and there's an optional ISO 2.
If memory serves me right, you can actually store a few different exposure readings in the memory.
Which I never do.
Neither do I.
There's an ISO, you can store an additional IS2 setting. I'm sure if you want to go to a second ISO, I don't even use that at all. I just want one ISO. If I need to change it, I push it down, and the ISO shows up here, and I spin the button. I typically shoot at 200 most of the time, 99% of the time. So I have it set at 200. So if I push the mode button down and I spin that button, on the top, there's, you can see it, I don't know, does that show up? It's scooting across. So the first setting is the sun, which means ambient. The second setting is a flash. It's just a straight flash symbol. And if I spin it over, the second setting is a flash with the letter C beside it, which I have no idea what it stands for.
I know it means if you're actually putting a sync cord into your sync socket there and connecting it directly to the light.
Okay.
That's what the C means.
That's where I keep it, and it still works whenever, because I have the Pocket Wizard module.
Yep.
Whenever I push the button, if I have my Pocket Wizard at my light turned on, it'll fire. So it's really handy. It saves time. I just bring this. I don't have cords. I don't have to use a Pocket Wizard to fire the Pocket Wizards. I just come over here and go poof, 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 do sounds. But there's another setting, and again, yeah, I'm not done. You can go back there. Sorry. There's the final setting, which is going to confuse me. Mode. Okay, I was at mode. I showed you where I put it on flash with the little C. And there's another setting, flash, with the letter T. And it is flashing number 1. That means it's using channel 1. And that's where I found most confusing when I was setting it up. So if I spin this, sorry, let me get to that. Yeah, it's not going to do it now, see? Darn it all. It's going to make a liar out of me. Oh, I got to let the mode button go. Here, it's going to work now, watch. See, it spin to channel 2, channel 3, channel 4. And for some reason, it goes all the way up to like infinity and beyond. Now, I think it goes up to channel 32. I don't know why that is. So I want channel 1. I set it up to work on channel 1.
Channel 32 is Spike TV.
Spike TV. So if you want Spike TV, go to channel 32. Say 1 is good, so I'm going to push the mode button down, and I'm going to spin it over. See that? Easy. A little confusing for an old guy like me who has calcified brain deterioration going on. That's all there is to it. It's a handy tool. And truth be told, if I did not have a light meter, I probably would be okay just by chimping and going back to the old technique of winging it.
Mine's
but as a handy tool, I do use it a lot.
Mine's very, very simple. I've got ambient to get the ambient. I've got the lightning bolt to just, you know, straight off, and then I've got the lightning bolt with the C if I was actually going to connect it to a Pocket Wizard or to a you know.
So if you're in a studio, do you have a Pocket Wizard transmitter beside you and you're just firing it as you're going around your
Yeah, just take the one that's on my camera. So I just got the camera around my neck, so it's just pop and pop and you know. So I said this before, when it comes to flash meters, all you want is one that gives you the ambient and gives you the flash. Personally, I wouldn't, if this busted, I wouldn't go break a bank. I go on eBay, I'd probably spend $100 on getting something.
I spent a lot of money on mine. I was like $400.
Yeah, so.
I was like, okay, what am I doing?
Yeah. All right, so that's our tech talk. Tech talk.
What is the matter with me spending all that money?
That's our tech talk.
We're almost done. I'm going to talk about Rosa, and we're going to talk about last night's, you shot a semi-formal prom.
I shot a semi-formal prom last night. My cousin John.
Rosa is a picture that I posted on Facebook. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, I printed this out just really quick. And the reason I wanted to point this out was because some comments on Facebook, people liked it. But there's some interesting sort of marketing. See, my wife and I have a place in Costa Rica, Tamarindo Beach, Costa Rica. And this lady here, she's a local, she speaks English. She is our property manager. We like working with her. She's local, she's a small operator, and her husband works at the actual complex where there are only 30 units.
She gave you a free condo because you took this picture?
Yeah, we got a free condo.
Sure. Man.
So anyways, she happened to be there last week when we were there and doing condo management stuff, and she had her baby with her. And I was thinking, yes, I'm gonna do a couple pictures of her. For a couple reasons. One, I like doing stuff like that, do something nice for somebody. Two, she probably doesn't have access to photography. And three, I wanted to do some market research. Nothing better to do market research than getting right there one-on-one with people. And this is perfect. So I said, do you mind if I take a few pictures of you and your baby? So I went and grabbed my D700. I happen to have my 50 1.4. Put her in open shade, that's all it is. And I asked her, and she's like, you know, I don't take a good picture, but with a strong Spanish accent. Can you do that?
I can't do Spanish accent, no, sorry.
I said, no, don't worry about it. Everybody takes a beautiful picture. So
I'd swear that was in studio if you told me.
Open shade, and I did a Facebook, and I think I posted it on the NoBS blog. If I didn't, go there and you can see I did a tutorial to share with everybody, because somebody asked how did I do the workflow. It's a very simple workflow.
Overlay layer, dupe layer overlay.
It's just burn, multiply, erase. Watch the tutorial. It's very, very simple. It's a CPS effect, and I had a nice grain. It looks very painterly, and you'll check it out. So I wanted to point that out. But when I'm asking her, I'm not talking, I'm saying, do you guys have portraiture in this town, Costa Rica? And she's telling me, yeah, but it's really expensive. So I'm getting all kinds of information from her. Plus, I want to see what her reaction is. And I'm going to make a couple of prints next time we go down there, which is next month. I'm going to give them to her. I want to study the reaction, see if she thinks there are possibilities either with the local community or with the expat community, which there's a big, big contingency of. Potentially for making some sales down the road. I'm planting seeds for down the road. So that's what I'm doing. And I got some pretty cool results. She's looking down. I know she's really self-conscious about her looks. So, right? It's a story. So you can't really see her face, so that's going to take away that argument. And it's really all about the baby. And I did get another series of shots with her husband here. And I shot it at ISO 800. Wide open, or almost wide open with the 50mm lens, because it was later in the day and it was open shade. So
that's nice. Now you sent me an email and you mentioned this shoot. So I tried the same thing in my niche when I was out on the ice. I had a guy and he had a big lake trout and he was kind of holding it, but I was looking at it. But the lake trout really kind of squirmed around. And
all right, tell us about your semi-formal last night, and then we'll wind her down.
Well, you know what? And also I'll put some images in. I did a little video. Our semi-formal. You know, we do this every year for local high school. It's a prom. They have two.
Not all high schools do a semi-formal.
And you know, we show up, we set up our backdrop, we use a nice color smack from Silver Lake, and had a 1, 2, 3, had a 4-light setup with a big reflector, big octodome as a main light. I put 2 kicker lights, and then I put a light on the background, and I brought a big, huge reflector in for Phil. And we just do couples. We sold a lot. We sold digital file CDs.
That's all you sold?
No, we sold prints. It was.
Did you have a printer there?
Nope, I did not have a printer
there. So you mail them in?
Yeah. So we have a little TV. They shoot. We do the viewing right away. and then they pick
Cool.
the image they want. We did one
Put it down the orders?
$25 for a CD, so we
Cool.
give them the finished image, and you know, basically it's a cash grab. It's just one of those things twice a year.
And if you're
Actually,
doing senior
you know what?
portraits,
Well, exactly. It's a great. Actually, here I can show you. Let me see.
great way to get right in
I
their
did.
face.
I did a video on my phone, and I can show you. Let's see here. So you can see our big octodome. We got a group here. There's our beautiful color smack backdrop. My 2 kicker lights.
That's my daughter.
That's Rob's daughter. Yeah. There's our big octodome there going off. Right. There's John. That's my cousin. We hook up together to do these shoots. Right. So, and then as soon as they're done, they come and they view it. Very, very simple setup. So I just grabbed that with my phone. You know, best way to approach the high schools is, you know, you go to the guidance counselors. You go to the guidance office, talk
For guidance?
For guidance. But the thing is you mentioned something good. Even though some problems might be big, some might be small. This one was a little bit smaller, the semi-formal. Again, though, we're always marketing, you know, the senior portraits, right? So it's a good way to get in. It's a good way to get in there. Good way to get in there.
And we're done.
And that's it.
Thank you.
Did we do everything?
Get the t-shirts. T-shirts. Hey, and go to the Inferno, infernoworkshop.com. T-shirts. Get a t-shirt, take a picture,
Yeah.
and you'll get a free gift in the mail.
Free gift.
Guaranteed.
We'll give you a free gift on, so.
I like French fried taters.
I like them biscuits.